and different.
Okay.
Hi everyone. My name is Glody.
I'm Beryl,
I'm an actor.
and welcome to the Creative Control Podcast.
Should I start?
Yeah.
So I'm an actor. I've been acting now, theoretically since I was like 15. Stopped at 18, took a break, got back into acting at 22. And yeah, I've done quite a few things. I'm currently on the La Boheme production at the Royal Opera House, where I have been performing for the last 2 weeks. Got another 2 weeks left. And then yeah,
Are you acting school?
so I've gone to identity acting school as well, where
Yeah.
I've been for the last year, also training. That's right. But to be fair, that can be edited.
Yeah, it can be edited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over to you.
I'm Beryl. I am a singer, songwriter, artist for now. I've worked with artists, done backing vocals for artists as Ed Sheeran, Davido, Stormzy, done Brit Awards, Mobo Awards, performed on The Voice as well, and I was a semi-finalist.
Over 1 million views on The Voice, didn't you?
Yeah, yes I did, and I'm trying to think, there's a lot to still currently like songwriting. I still currently like in what I do.
Okay, lit. Shall we get into the discussion?
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
Let's kind of like ease our way into it.
Okay.
So we're gonna do like a little game.
Okay.
2 truths and 1 lie.
Okay.
So I'll allow you to start because you're quite sharp.
You don't allow me to start. You start.
Can you just like...
No, because you want to have time to think, and I also want to have time to think.
To be fair, all of this that's going on is giving me time to think, so it's perfectly fine anyway.
That's tough for you to go first.
2 truths, 1 lie. I have 4 siblings. That's 1. I'm ambidextrous. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
ambidextrous.
educated.
So that basically means I can use my right hand the same way I can use my left hand. You know how other people can't write?
Okay. I already know what the lie is.
And the next one is I actually played for Enfield Rangers for 2 years.
Sorry, the first thing that came to mind is Power Rangers. But like in Enfield, like okay. Oh, interesting.
Yes. Are you laughing because you think I can't play football?
Well, yeah.
On what basis though?
Like the same way that you want to be a boxer, and you literally just punch the air all the time. Like he does this thing, yeah. He says, "Oh, I feel like I can be a boxer because he can be."
But I did it on the basis that I actually trained for like a good, let's say, 4 months.
You've done it all, didn't it?
I have all. I'm an actor.
4 months, and now you feel like you could go pro with being a boxer.
Genuinely, if I had like a year, uninterrupted, just training, and as in just like training as a boxer, I think I can probably knock. I trained with some place in Tottenham.
Enfield Rangers.
No.
Yeah,
No, genuinely, I just can't remember it because it was a while ago, innit? The Tottenham Sports Hall.
Oh, Rangers, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole shebang, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so you said you have 4 siblings.
Yes.
You have that thing where you write with both of your hands.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Ambidextrous.
Wow, English is good. And then the third one is...
The third one is
the Enfield Rangers.
That I played Sunday League football with Enfield Rangers for like 2 years.
Okay. I think the lie is that you're
ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous. I think that's... Wait, 2 truths?
Yeah.
1 lie, yeah.
I do wish I was ambidextrous though. Like, it would have helped.
I've seen your writing. It's actually
You
one.
know what it is? My writing is like that because genuinely I don't like writing.
Oh,
I would want to write properly. Okay, actually.
Yeah. I think it's a general consensus that men's writing, like handwriting, is awful, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen some women writing, and honestly, it's a bit embarrassing.
No, but no.
And it's also
Generally, women have better handwriting than men. It is true, 100%.
Is that a fact?
Yeah,
Is that
like
just...
men write like they're writing Chinese. Like they don't know how to, like, it's awful.
You know, it is though. I haven't actually written a lot, so sometimes I'm not in.
Bro, no, ask for explanation.
No, but I know we didn't ask for an explanation.
I
But
don't
because the people are listening, you know, we want them to hear the.
Don't use the people to cover up. He likes using a lot of words to cover up
We
the
need the
fact.
people.
The fact that I mentioned is that your handwriting ain't that great.
To be fair, when did you see my handwriting?
I've seen it. We've known each other for years, guys. We've known each other for years. By the way, we're
We have
friends from like yesterday. We've known each other for a long time.
How many times have you seen me write?
I've seen you write. I even see how you write, so that's how I know that you definitely are not
Like
ambidextrous. You know, people write and they proper go in. Okay. 2 truths and a lie. You see, the thing is, it's really hard for me to do this because I'm very open. So most people actually know a lot about me because I don't hide much about myself.
I mean, you can try.
I can try. Ooh. Okay. Okay. 2 truths. Okay. This is hard.
I feel like I'll get them quite easily though.
You probably would because you know me. Okay, so I wanted to be a fashion designer. That's one.
Yeah.
I have 3 nephews. And
I know this is like random, yeah, but all I can hear in my ear is like a shit. I know it's so.
you're so random. And then one more. I'm 5'3".
It's interesting, yeah, because I actually think you're 5'4". I do think the lie is the 3 nephews because I feel like you would show them more, the other 2, because we've only mainly seen like the one, and I know you have like 1 sibling. And then the fashion designer, it's not something that you've spoken about a lot. Like, so I do feel like there is a huge possibility that you did want to be a fashion designer. I think the lie is the 3 nephews.
Yeah, you're right. I have 2 nephews, not 3.
I do know about.
Yeah. Okay, well done. Clap for yourself. Okay, I think we should get straight into this conversation.
Yes.
So you start us off with the conversation.
Because I started. Because I started off before. No.
Yes. He's actually the leader of the creatives, like House of Creatives. So this creative control is actually birthed from the House of Creatives. So I think as the leader of House of Creatives, it would make sense for you to be leading the conversation, no?
You know what? I'll do what the others don't.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna right. So, what's the question?
So the question is, yeah.
Tell me, just look at me.
The question is basically.
Someone's just looking at me.
So
question.
Yeah, I know the
question. Okay.
Or I'll just get straight into the conversation.
So if someone's been what is it? If they've been creative, yeah, for about let's say like 10 years, innit?
Yeah.
So imagine you got a boy, for example, yeah. He's been mashing music for like 10 years, but he's making no money from it, yeah.
Yeah.
Should he quit? I haven't given you any scenarios, by the way. So he could be good. He could be actually amazing. Yeah. Or he could be just terrible.
Do you know what it is though? I think one thing that's important, yeah, especially for a creative, is knowing your why, firstly. Because then it's like, if, for example, the musician, in quote, started, it could have been that, you know, his overall aim was to maybe get signed. It could be to make money. It could be, you know, they want to be great, etc., and all of those sort of things. My thing, and why I kind of feel like they shouldn't give up, personally, but also why it's difficult to kind of answer a question like that, is because everybody's why is different. So, for example, for someone like myself, I know that getting into acting, it isn't just necessarily me just, you know, winning an Oscar or, you know, being in the best movies, even though I know I will be and stuff like that. It's kind of more around using my platform to create opportunities for others. So what will drive me is not necessarily the Oscars. Do you get what I mean? What will drive me is not necessarily the fame and the, you know, the glamour that comes with that sort of lifestyle. Because I think one thing that I do understand is that I can actually use my platform to change a generation. And I know it kind of sounds like deep and stuff like that. I know we weren't trying to go like very deep in regards to the conversation, but it's hard for me to like not speak like that, because it's like,
so passionate about.
Yeah, it's what I'm passionate about. And like every day, if I'm going to like auditions, or if I'm, you know, trying to better my craft or get better, it's because I do understand that there's somebody tomorrow that's gonna have to see me in order to make the right step, or I'm gonna be in a position to influence somebody in a way that could potentially change their lives. And something like that is quite important for me, is because I've seen how other people have taken bold steps in trying to change their life, and how that's influenced me. And it's made my life do a complete 360 as to where I was going. But it's because somebody made the conscious decision of not giving up.
Yeah.
Someone made the conscious decision of, you know, having a certain goal or having a certain drive towards something and not stopping.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's created, or it's had a domino effect of us seeing many different people who are expressing themselves now, or who have been given a platform to express themselves. And it's like, I only feel like it's only right for me to copy that. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry that, you know, look guys, we actually said it that we didn't want to make it like that deep. I can't.
You are who you are.
I can't help.
can't.
Yeah. But
No, but the thing is, like, jokes aside, I actually think that it's even admirable and important that so early on in your career that you have that mindset. Because I think even if somebody does have that mindset and they're like influential at a certain stage, sometimes that kind of mindset doesn't kick in until they've even acquired so much.
Yeah, it's true.
So to even have that from when you're still building, like it'll even be amazing to see the journey of evolution as you get to a position of greatness in your industry, if that makes sense, but still having your core values, you know, intact, the things that drive you, the things that, you know, you're passionate about. Most people don't discover that until like later on anyway.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people, I think we've had conversations about it before, where people can't disassociate themselves from what their gift or their skill is, and then they're on this self-discovery thing, and then all of a sudden now they become like really into like anthropology because they feel like they want to give back because they're searching and stuff like that. But it's like, you are centered in who you are, you know what you want in your career, as well as what you want to, like how you want to impact your community with your career as well, which I think is important. But yeah, maybe to give my answer to the question, I think it's unique on the situation. I think some people don't know that it isn't for them. Like maybe being in the creative industry isn't for them. I think sometimes it does help having somebody who's able to, like a mentor, or somebody that is an influential figure, or somebody that can identify what your strengths are over time. Yeah. I think some people just need to leave it alone. Like, honestly, leave.
Is that on the basis that like they're not talented enough? because can't talent like with the right work ethic, can't you like improve yourself?
But the thing is, I've seen some really say shit. Okay. I think some really shit people, that have like discipline and they are on it with like releases and stuff, and I'm just like, pack it in.
No, but
Based on that, but they have a skill elsewhere. So, for example, they might be able to help another artist with their branding because they're very consistent in making sure that they get posts on time, they get paid promotion, they get good maybe social media views and whatever. Like, it's like they probably have strengths in another area, but not many people have somebody that's going to tell you the truth enough to say, hey, this really isn't your lane. I feel like you need to go more down this route or try this route. And two, like, most people out of like, I don't know, is it peer pressure of they don't want to knock someone down?
yeah,
Like, you know, they just say something. But it depends, because there's some people also that start off shit
yeah,
and then they grow and develop and they end up being a lot better.
yeah.
So maybe at the time, for example, that they might have spoken to someone might have said, oh, they're shit, but then 10 years later, they're amazing. Do you get what I mean? And I think there is a law about you invest a certain amount of hours into your work.
Yeah, I've seen
to
that.
exact some sort of benefit out of it. So
Is it like,
I feel like
is it like the
1,000?
10,000?
And sometimes I don't even know, but I'm gonna have to research that because I don't know off head. But there's like a certain amount of time that you develop and invest in that area that you're passionate about before you see results. But I feel like it's unique on the situation. I feel like some people, they definitely like, I know that there's a lot of examples in the music industry, for example, that they've been doing it for years and then they finally get their big break, and then it's like they're now put on a platform and it's like, oh, what, like, where were you? And then they now tell you about the come up story of, oh, I was doing this for like
Same for many.
15 years. So with some people, I definitely think it's like you said, if you know your why, you keep grafting and you keep doing what you need to do to keep striving for some sort of achievement or for some sort of result to give way. But for some people, I feel like it would help them if they were guided, because sometimes it's not that they don't have a skill, it's just that their skill is probably where they think that their energy is meant to be focused. What direction they think their energy is meant to be focused in probably isn't what they need to be focused in.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? I find it hard to agree on the basis that I do feel like if someone is consistent with something, because it's a law, then eventually there should be, you know, an improvement or a betterment in a way, for example, especially like with a skill. So my thing is this, that as much as we can see someone, you know, doing, you know, being consistent, they're only as consistent as we see them. But in terms of the actual craft, you can't see, you know, if they...
Oh no, don't shade.
the
Do you know
right step.
JJ Fish?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
But that's still okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But that,
JJ Fish, yeah.
but with the right training for it,
You might not be.
because I don't think he's actually ever. I think, you know, I think why he's a difficult example to use, because he's like a parody,
Consistent.
and also I think he knows.
He believes in what he does, because even when I think there was even something that
He doesn't believe in what he does.
gospel music. Maybe not anymore.
You know, like,
but I think he was like he started to change to gospel music or something like that, and he was still singing. So he changed from one genre to another.
I don't think
Same thing, knowing that.
No, but I don't think
Great.
I don't think he's that much of a maniac. I think because only a maniac
To be fair, I haven't heard him on the scene.
can
So I feel like maybe he might have had a support system that told him, hey, you know.
No, but I feel like
Keep it rest.
I feel like he found his niche in being like a shit singer. Like, you know,
That's not a niche. That would always be a temporary,
but
like
no, because we
like a TikTok going viral. It's like everyone's laughing about it. You get 1 million likes and exposure in that moment, and then the next TikTok goes viral. Like, it's short-lived.
we see many like shit singers, who don't go as viral as him, for example. Do you get what I mean? I feel like
It was so outrageous. That's why it went viral.
exactly. Do you get what I mean? But see, that in itself is a niche, and he's used.
But
And
imagine.
he knows that he's not trying to be but
But the thing is, let me know if I say that. Imagine, because I think he was still even releasing music, but the truth is, it wasn't getting the same traction that it was.
just because
Which means that it's not sustainable. And
just because he's releasing
what
music.
he was trying to push, say if because I don't know him personally, But say if being an artist was his thing, that okay, I need to, like, he wants to make it as an artist.
Yeah.
He wouldn't like cross heads with. He wouldn't get a consistency. What's the word I'm trying to say? Like, he wouldn't bang.
No, but my thing is this, yeah,
No, but-
with like the right training, let's say for like a good year, because think about it, yeah, if every single time he released a song and he still sounds the same, it obviously shows that the guy has not put any investment into trying to get better.
Okay.
So that already in itself, yeah, is it's a statement of what he's trying to do with himself.
I'm just trying to find a definition of tone deaf. Relatively insensitive to differences in musical pitch.
No, but
If somebody is relatively insensitive to differences in musical pitch, yeah, and they're tone deaf, like, it means like if I sing a note, you cannot gauge what note I'm singing, so you're always going to be way off. To train that, you have to train the.
so is that impossible to train that?
That's the thing. I haven't seen someone being tone deaf, but I know that if you hear something, and
I don't think there's any way, yeah, that your incapability, yeah, to sing, yeah, cannot be made better. I don't
to be fair, we're only talking about. I think we only assumed that we're talking about, for example, like somebody pursuing a music career.
yeah.
There might be other things, other different, like, creative endeavors that we might
It'll be
Could it-
easier
it-
to
that we can include in the conversation as to if somebody was doing it for 12 years, should they basically give up? Like, I think we went straight to the idea of, okay, maybe an artist. I think that's something I would do because I'm an artist. But when it comes to singing, I know that there's a lot of people that want to do it, that want to get into that industry. The industry is already oversaturated. But I think if somebody was in that position, it depends on the individual as to if they should continue or not. I think
it depends on the individual, as in
like
their called.
it depends on what the case is. I can't, like, it's not, you can't really generally just say, oh, if someone's been doing it for 12 years, give up.
No, so that's why I said I think the most important thing, yeah, once again, like you said,
But
it's based on the individual.
But but you're saying that if they're consistent enough, something
Yeah.
will give way. But I use the example that, okay, say that
Yeah.
the example that we're referring to is in music,
Yeah.
the person pursuing a career in being an artist,
Mm-hmm.
but the person is actually shit.
Yeah.
I said that rule I don't think applies to everybody.
No, but then
That's my point.
no, so then my point with Ice JJ Fisher, that's his name, yeah. My point with him was that I don't think he's even trying to be like a good artist. Like, his thing is parody. So I think what
Forget Ice JJ Fish.
Yeah.
Think of somebody that is very shit that you know of. I don't think for everybody it's the case that, okay, if they've been doing something for 12 years, they should continue. Some people, I think they should,
yeah.
because there actually is talent and there's things that.
So you're basically saying, yeah, that you need to have like an inkling of talent first before pursuing.
No, I'm saying it's dependent on whatever. It depends on the case if they should continue pursuing that.
Why I challenge that, yeah, it's because I've seen a lot of people, for example, yeah, who were not even necessarily like the best actors, or if you even look at their previous work, yeah, it's kind of just like, yeah, that this is like pants, for instance. But over a period of time, yeah, the more and more whether it's going to like acting schools, whether it's seeking more training and stuff like that.
But that's what I'm
You
saying.
see
I didn't fully
an
shut off the
improvement.
idea. I didn't fully shut off the idea. I just said that it depends on it depends on what.
So it's a case by case.
Yeah, I don't think we can holistically say that somebody in a certain creative industry that has been trying for 12 years should stop. I think it depends on the individual. I think some people, it would be a career change that's needed.
Yeah.
With other people, they just need to like, almost like they just need leadership or guidance to steer them in the right direction of where they need to go. They just might just be a little bit off course. And some people, yes, definitely should still continue. It's just a matter of time, like you said, for them to like,
You know, another question, yeah, I think that that's just come to mind, yeah, is maybe why has it taken it 12 years to like get there, because I don't necessarily understand or know how long, or if there's like a set amount of time for, let's say, for a singer to make it, whatever making it looks like. Do you get what I mean? Would you know? Like, was it like 3-4 years?
Yes, varies.
There was like this one agent, yeah. Obviously, like I'm not with the agent anymore, yeah. But I remember she told me that, if you're not on screen by like 25, like you should give up. And I just remember thinking, for a very credible person, yeah, it's like her credibility, yeah, went from like here all the way down to like the floor for me. Do you get what I mean? So it's kind of like, for me, because I'm aware of what it is I'm trying to do, yeah, and I also understand what it is that, or where it is that I'm trying to get to. It's like, even though I don't think past 30, yeah, I think way before 30 I'll be in Hollywood and stuff like that, based on how I'm working towards it, because I'm actually like I'm working towards it each day. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, as in, I'm being practical about it. I'm not just leaving it to the fact that, okay, well, yeah, I'm an actor, you know, I've been in a couple of shows, I've done this, I've done that. I'm actually being intentional about, you know, working at a level that when I do eventually get to Hollywood, it's not like, it's not like a massive like gap. But because I've been training myself each day, whether it's recording self-tapes, whether it's reading different scripts, whether it's connecting with like other actors, in order to develop myself as an actor, when I do get to Hollywood, it'll just be like, oh yeah, like he's always been here. You know, when you see certain like actors like acting like massive films and stuff like that, they never seem out of place. But for me, it's kind of like nice because they've been living that reality from before they've even got there, which is another thing that I think is quite important, because I feel like there's a lot of creatives who kind of like, they see that reality in the near future. It's kind of like all the way down there, but then it's like they're not living it. You know, I think if there's something that leadership has definitely taught me, wherever it is I see myself in the next, let's say 10 to 15 years, I'm living and working towards it today.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So that it's not like, when I get to Hollywood, or when the opportunity does come, it's not like I'm out of place, because I've been living it before I've even gotten there, which is something that I feel like a lot of creatives, and that's why maybe a lot of creatives, it's common for a lot of creatives to procrastinate, because maybe they're not aware of that, because maybe they see, you know, whatever their ending or whatever their fairy tale ending is, they see it so far away from them. So it's like they're not able to bring that reality to them. But I guess it's kind of important, especially with platforms like the Creative Control, to make them aware of, okay, cool, if you know that you have a skill, yeah, what you need to do is constantly work that skill, and also be able to make that massive goal. You need to make it realistic, and you need to bring it to life almost, so that you can work towards it and not see it as so much of a big thing. I don't know if I've gone off tangent, but you know, it happens. I can't look, guys. I'm sorry, like.
No, but you touched on some topics that I feel like creatives still need to hit anyway. It's still.
Because I feel like there's a lot of creators that I speak to who I may have, you know, started acting with them back when I was like 15 or so. And it's like, when you speak to them now, it's just like, oh yeah, you know, I kind of stopped because it wasn't really like adding up and stuff like that in it. But for me, it's like, is this what you really wanted to do? Like, what was your why?
Yeah. It depends. Like I said, I think it's a case by case thing. But anyway, our director is telling us that, you know, our time has run out.
Really? I was just getting into it.
Yeah, well, you could tell. I didn't know what's happening there. But you can catch us next week. We'll be back with more topics, with everything to do with creativity, the creative industry, acting, music, fashion, photography, film, everything. You name it, we'll be touching on it. But yeah, see you next week, guys.
Also, before we do go, I just wanted to tell you guys.
He had to say something, didn't he?
This jacket, this amazing, this really cool jacket is actually by Upcycle. So if you want to purchase any of their goods, we're actually in the Upcycle studio. So very lit. If you do want to purchase this jacket that I'm wearing, we will have the link just below somewhere. you know, how they do all their editing shit. And all that.
Oh yeah. Okay, so now we have to now edit something for. Okay.
Oh, are we not making?
Well, I mean,